Imagine waking up to the screech of a self-appointed neighborhood queen storming your driveway at dawn. Her designer flats slapping the pavement like tiny thunderclaps. All because your work vehicle dares to exist in her perfect little kingdom. That's exactly how my day started in the cookie-cutter hell of Willow Creek Meadows, where lawns are greener than envy and rules are holier than thou. But oh, the irony, this HOA harpy, with her pearl-clutching outrage, had no clue she was poking a bear who'd been clawed by rumors before and come out sharper. My name's Alex Rivera, and let's just say I've got a knack for digging up dirt that people like to bury deep. Used to be a hotshot investigative journalist in the city, exposing corporate crooks and political snakes, until one bad story got twisted against me. Whispers turned to shouts. Rivera's fabricating evidence, they said, all because I got too close to a bigwig's secrets. Lost my job, my rep, even my apartment in the fallout. So I retreated to suburbia, bought a fixer-upper in Willow Creek to lick my wounds and freelance from home. Quiet life, right? Wrong. Enter Vivian Hargrove, the HOA's self-crowned enforcer, a woman who treated covenants like commandments and neighbors like serfs. Vivian was the epitome of suburban supremacy. Mid-50s, hair sprayed into submission, always in pastel polos that screamed, "I chair the garden committee." She'd clawed her way to HOA vice president after her tech exec husband ditched her for a younger model, leaving her with a McMansion and a grudge against the world. Community standards keep us civilized. She'd coo at meetings, but really, it was her way of wielding power from her throne of folding chairs. Me, I kept my head down, parked my nondescript sedan in the driveway, which doubled as my mobile office for stakeouts, and observed. After the slander storm, I'd learned patience was my best weapon. Let them talk, I'd listen, and when the time came, I'd strike with facts. That fateful morning, the sun was barely up, painting the identical beige houses in golden hues that mocked their soulless uniformity. I was sipping black coffee on my porch, scrolling through leads on a corruption case, when Vivian materialized like a bad omen. "Mr. Rivera," she barked, her voice slicing through the chirps of sprinklers. That vehicle of yours is an absolute blight. Commercial vans don't belong in residential zones. Section 3.4.2 clearly states no business operations from home. I blinked, setting down my mug. My sedan? It had tinted windows for discretion handy for tailing sources, but nothing flashy. "Morning, Vivian. It's just my car. I work remotely. No clients here. No signage. What's the issue?" Her lips pursed into a line thinner than her patience. "Oh, please. I've seen you lurking with binoculars, snapping photos. This isn't some spy thriller. It's a family community. Property values plummet when people think we're harboring. Whatever it is you do." She whipped out her phone, snapping pics like evidence for a trial. "I'll be filing a formal notice. Consider this your warning." I could have argued, but the old me, the one burned by baseless accusations, knew better. "Understood," I said mildly, watching her strut away, her shadow long and smug in the dawn light. Inside, though, gears turned. Why the fixation? My neighbors waved hello. Crime was down since I'd tipped off cops about a local burglar ring anonymously. But Vivian, she smelled blood, probably thinking the disgraced journalist was easy pickings. Little did she know, her crusade was about to unearth her own skeletons. 3 days later, the certified mail hit like a subpoena. Thick envelope, HOA seal gleaming like a badge of bogus authority. Violation notice. Unauthorized commercial activity. It blared. 72 hours to cease operations or face fines. Copied to the City Council. No less a Vivian's attempt to drag my past into the light. Disgraced reporter running shady surveillance, the subtext screamed. I chuckled darkly over my evening whiskey. Classic bully move, escalate to isolate. But I'd been slandered before. This was amateur hour. Time to research. Pulling up public records on my laptop, perks of the trade, I dove into Willow Creek's HOA docs. Buried in the fine print, exemptions for home offices without client traffic. My setup? Textbook compliant. I fired off a response letter, citing statutes with the precision of a scalpel. Per State Law 482.17, remote professional services are permitted. Suggest reviewing before further action. Thought that'd shut it down. Nope. Vivian went nuclear in suburbia style, door-to-door petition. I watched from my window as she flitted house to house, her smile saccharine, voice laced with faux concern. Think of the children. Gladys, that man's van screams, stranger danger. Weapons? Cameras? Who knows what he's hiding? By week's end, she'd rustled up 10 signatures, mostly from her bridge club cronies, demanding I respect community aesthetics. The petition landed in my mailbox with a note. Majority rules. Mr. Rivera. Conform or face consequences. Me am I? Half the signers had RVs or boats in their drives, but Vivian's selective enforcement was her superpower. That's when my journalist instincts kicked in. Patterns don't lie. Chatting with Mrs. Lopez over fence-line coffee. She'd been fined for her food truck last year. The stories poured out. Vivian measured my hedges with a tape, said they blocked sight lines, then recommended her buddy's landscaper. Mr. Patel nodded from his yard. My Diwali lights, excessive illumination, cost me $500 to fix with her approved electrician. Every tale shared a thread. Vivian's helpful referrals to specific contractors. And the targets? Immigrants, seniors, single parents, folks least likely to push back. Me, the smeared sleuth, fit right in. That night, under porch stars, I cross-referenced county biz licenses. Boom. Hargrove Management Services, sole proprietor Vivian Hargrove. Her HOA gig? A front for billing the neighborhood for nitpicks, then funneling fixes to her shell companies. Kickbacks galore. I smiled into the dark. Game on. Vivian's retaliation was as predictable as bad weather. Monday, a city inspector rolled up, clipboard mirroring hers, looking sheepish. Complaint about unlicensed business ops. Sir. Claims of surveillance equipment violating zoning. I invited him in, showed my freelance credentials. All above board. Coffee? He declined, but as he left, whispered, that lady's filed bogus reports before. Watch your back. By afternoon, rumors flew via neighborhood app. Rivera's spying on us. Vivian says he's got dossiers. My phone buzzed with wary texts. Even my chief from old days called. Alex, this HOA nuts emailing editors about your history. Want backup? No, I thought. Let her dig her grave. Instead, I hosted a low-key barbecue neutral ground. 8 neighbors showed. Lopez with empanadas, Patel with samosas, the Wilsons wary but willing. Over grill smoke, confessions flowed. She fined my kid's lemonade stand. My fence paint? Wrong shade, her painter fixed it for triple market rate. Connections crystallized. Vivian's preferred vendors, all traced back to her. This isn't enforcement, I said quietly. It's extortion. Document everything. We're building a case. As they left, Mrs. Lopez hugged me. Finally, someone fights the witch. I nodded, staring at Vivian's lit windows. Her empire of petty power was crumbling, one receipt at a time. The escalation hit fever pitch with Vivian's emergency summit. Neon flyers in every box. Tuesday 3 p.m. Address threats to our sanctuary. Timing? When workers were away, stacking the deck with her retirees. I skipped, but spies reported back. Vivian's slideshow of doom. My van photoshopped like a SWAT unit. This intruder endangers our values, she wailed. Vote. $300 daily fines on me. Delivered personally. Her grin feral. Pay up or lean time, Mr. Sleuth. Oh, the hubris. While she preened, I tipped state auditors. Their dive into her finances? Goldmine. Embezzled dues. Fake invoices. Targeted harassment. Vivian wasn't just a Karen. She was a crook in khakis. Pressure mounted. Anonymous calls echoed my old scandals. Liar journalist. My freelance gigs dried up temporarily. Even the HOA app banned me for disruptive behavior. Vivian's interview on local news sealed her delusion. I'm protecting families from this discredited danger. She teared up, mascara intact. But whispers turned. Neighbors shared evidence packets I'd compiled. The annual meeting loomed like Judgment Day. The auditorium hummed with unrest. Packed beyond capacity, word had spread. Vivian ascended the stage. Suit impeccable. Voice velvet venom. Tonight, we fortify against interlopers. Special levy, $1,500 per home for legal defense against certain elements. Murmurs swelled. I rose, folder in hand. Vivian, a word. Her eyes narrowed. This is for compliant members. Actually, I countered, striding forward. Let's discuss legitimacy. Per 2018 bankruptcy filings, this HOA dissolved without transfer. You've been collecting illegally for years. Gasps rippled. Vivian blanched. Nonsense. Technicalities. Then, doors swung. FBI. Vivian Hargrove. You're under arrest for fraud, extortion, racketeering. Handcuffs clicked as she sputtered. This is tyranny. Hauled away in a squad car, poetic. Since she'd demonized vehicles like mine. Applause erupted. Refunds incoming, I announced. Justice served. 6 months on. Vivian's doing time, 24 months federal. Her empire dust. We reformed the HOA democratically. Community bloomed. My rep, restored, with a book deal on HOA horrors. But here's the kicker. In a world where rules protect the powerful, was Vivian the villain, or just a symptom of a system that lets petty tyrants thrive? You tell me, monster or mirror? Drop your take below.